My palms were sweating. My resume trembled in my hand. This was it, the interview for my dream job at Comfy Chairs Incorporated. I, a recent graduate with a passion for ergonomic design and a minor in stress eating, was ready, or so I thought. The door to Mr. Big Shot's office loomed large. I took a deep breath and plastered on my most confident smile. Fake it till you make it, right?
He motioned me to sit, his eyes lingering a little too long on my resume. Maybe he was just admiring the font? I chose Comic Sans for a touch of whimsy.
So, Mr. Big Shot began, his voice smooth as butter. Tell me about your experience with chairs. He leaned back, his eyes never leaving mine. Okay, maybe it wasn't the font he was admiring.
I cleared my throat and launched into my well-rehearsed speech about lumbar support and the revolutionary potential of memory foam. This was fine. This was normal, right?
Fascinating, Mr. Big Shot purred, interrupting my detailed analysis of the perfect office chair. But let's talk about you. You look absolutely stunning, by the way. He winked, and I swear I heard a cheesy saxophone riff in the distance. What was happening? Had I accidentally wandered onto the set of a bad soap opera? Was this a hidden camera show?
My carefully constructed composure began to crack like an old rocking chair, not one of the ergonomic ones I designed, of course.
I stammered, a blush creeping up my neck. Thank you, I squeaked. But shouldn't we focus on my qualifications?
Mr. Big Shot chuckled, a deep, rumbling sound that did strange things to my stomach, and not the good kind.
Qualifications? He scoffed. Darling, with those eyes, you could sell sand to a beach. He winked again. I resisted the urge to roll my eyes so hard I saw my own brain.
The interview, if you could even call it that anymore, spiraled further into the abyss of absurdity. Mr. Big Shot, fueled by what I could only assume was a potent cocktail of arrogance and misguided charm, abandoned all pretense of professionalism.
He complimented my shoes, sensible flats, perfect for a long day of designing chairs, thank you very much. My hair, in a tight bun, not a single strand out of place. And even my choice of lipstick, chapstick, but thanks for noticing. He then launched into a rambling story about his ex-wife, a woman who apparently didn't understand his passion for comfort. Red flag, my internal alarm bells were practically deafening.
And then came the kicker.
You know, he said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper, I'm absolutely famished. All this talk about comfort food has really worked up an appetite. How about you and I ditch this stuffy office and grab some dinner? Like, right now? He grinned, expecting me to swoon at his feet. My fight or flight response, dormant for the past 23 years of my life, roared to life. This was it. Time to channel my inner action hero and make a daring escape. I glanced around the office, searching for an escape route. The window was too high, the door seemed miles away, and the only other piece of furniture was a suspiciously wobbly-looking beanbag chair. Definitely not one of mine. Dinner? I choked out, my voice an octave higher than usual. Oh, Mr. Big Shot, you're too kind, but I couldn't possibly. I have, a thing. What kind of thing? A chair designing competition? A date with my cat? A sudden urge to join the circus? My brain, overwhelmed by the sheer awkwardness of the situation, refused to provide a plausible excuse. Mr. Big Shot, oblivious to my internal panic, simply chuckled and patted my hand. Oh, no worries, darling, we all have our quirks. How about tomorrow then? My place, 7 o'clock. I make a mean spaghetti carbonara. He winked for what felt like the 100th time. I don't remember much about what happened next. It's all a blur of awkward laughter, mumbled excuses, and a desperate dash for the door. I think I might have accidentally tripped over the beanbag chair on my way out. But honestly, at that point, I was past caring. I stumbled out of Comfy Chairs Incorporated, my head spinning. Did that really just happen? Had a job interview really just turned into a bizarre dating show audition? The fresh air hit me like a slap in the face, and I took a deep breath, trying to calm my racing heart. As I walked away, I could have sworn I heard Mr. Big Shot's voice calling after me, "Don't forget, tomorrow at 7. Wear something comfortable." I shuddered. Comfortable? I wouldn't be caught dead within a 10-mile radius of that man, let alone wearing sweatpants in his apartment. I never did get that job at Comfy Chairs Incorporated. Apparently, a passion for ergonomic design and a firm handshake weren't enough to compensate for my lack of enthusiasm for impromptu dinner dates with my potential boss. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because that experience, as mortifying as it was at the time, taught me a valuable lesson. Never underestimate the power of a well-timed escape plan, a healthy dose of self-respect, and a good pair of running shoes. And as for Mr. Big Shot and his mean spaghetti carbonara, let's just say some things are better left unexperienced.